We are Kshitij Bhagat, Levee, Costa Idea.
Well, good afternoon, investors, mentors, and fellow mates. I guess I've come into like a wrong meeting. Where are my patients? I cannot see them. Well, I'm just joking. I'm no healthcare worker. But my product is definitely going to be working in favor of the health of people. Well, what if I tell you my product, if you buy this 300 rupee glass, can save you from an expenditure of 60,000 rupees? Or if you are a restaurant owner, it can give you an additional revenue of rupees 7 lakh each year. Well, this is my product, which is a fixed sliding glass and a lid, which you move like this as and when you want to drink water, you take a sip, and as soon as you are done sipping it, you just close it back like this. Well, what is the purpose of this? As and when the unlockdown phases come down, restaurants will be in such a way. There would be trains and planes which will be so congested, especially in India. And when few people are talking to each other, someone's talking to someone, there are high chances of saliva falling into your glasses. And saliva is a non-negligible factor in the spread of COVID-19 and various other flu viruses like the H1N1. Well, we also come to the problem of dust particles or mosquito or something falling into your liquid, which can cause stomach poisoning. And apart from that, the whole other category of waterborne diseases like the hepatitis A. Well, when you ask to a housewife what is the first thing you lose in the kitchen or you misplace it, they'll often say coasters. And well, this attached coaster provides you security from your coasters getting misplaced. There are also incidences when you are in a moving train or in a moving car or in a moving plane. If someone just by mistake touches your glass and it just falls down, the hot liquid can burn someone, it can ruin your clothes. And there was one instance where a hot liquid fell down on a plane and it caused emergency landing. So, well, yeah, my product is one solution to three problems. It keeps you safe from any health issues. It's spill proof and it is also keeping this lid or the coaster secure. We will be primarily targeting restaurants, trains, and airline services, and we would also like to target the households, giving us a huge range of mass marketing. Well, my market research showed that 93% of the people were willing to buy this product. And I also did a random sampling of approximately 200 people, out of which 40 people were still reluctant in going to the restaurants because of the current pandemic. And approximately 12 of those 40 people said that if these restaurants have CoSafe, my product, then they would be willing to go to those restaurants. So, well, restaurants can use my product as a branding strategy. Please come to our restaurant. We do have CoSafe. We are safe. Well, why not use a separate coaster and a glass and why buy CoSafe? To start with, many people don't have CoSafe, like don't have coasters in their restaurants or they just don't use coasters. Secondly, even if you have coasters, as seen in the second picture, they are just kept aside. You don't actually remember that, oh yeah, I've drunk water. I need to keep the coaster back on the glass. This sliding lid provides you with the stimulation, the mental stimulation that, oh yeah, I'm done drinking. I have to put it back. Thirdly, even if you remember that you have to put the coaster, like in image one, some of the space could be still open to air and could be enough for the naked eye invisible saliva or dust particles to fall into your water and contaminate. Next, it is not leak proof. It might just fall off and the water is spilled on your clothes. And next, again, if you are drinking water and you have just kept the coaster down on the ground like shown in the second picture, it might have contaminants on the surface and it might just ruin the whole purpose of keeping your liquid safe. The price is rupees 299 and we make it at a cost per unit 170. We will of course be giving discounts on bulk buying. And well, the main thing, it is 10% less than the average prices of a glass and a coaster combined. If you go to buy that, that will be more expensive than my product of this quality. Well, promotion. I would be using social media marketing. I'll be directly marketing to restaurants and other target audiences. I would also be using word of mouth as a medium of promotion. And mainly, I would be giving free samples to restaurants with high footfalls and doctors, which would be creating brand awareness. And seeing these samples on doctors' hands would also create some credibility and hence induce further word of mouth promotion. I am using currently contract manufacturing to produce CoSafe, which happens at a batch production, thus leaving some room for customization available as well. I will be using 0 level channel to sell my product, as well as 1 level channel, which includes the e-commerce giant Amazon. Well, my profit and loss account estimated for 31st March 2023, which is like approximately 2 years from now. You can see it on your screen. And I have considered that only 1% of the people who might target to buy the product. Hence, this is a really, really very huge margin of safety. And there are higher chances that we could see a greater sales revenue. Thank you so much for your time, judges. I would once again say prevention is better than cure to save you from any medical diseases. Thank you so much for your time.
All right. Excellent. Kshitij, what energy. I love it. I love the enthusiasm you came with for the story. I think, again, very relevant and topical at this time to be looking at it. And I think that's always important in an idea. Timing makes a big difference. And I think that you've got the consciousness of the world thinking about how to make sure they're safe. I think that it's a very simple and interesting concept. The prototype that you sent here, I'm assuming this is just a regular glass that you bought somewhere and stuck it on.
Yes.
I would consider perhaps doing something unique with even the glass. I think just from a product standpoint, I think that if you can really differentiate the product from a simple glass and coaster, like today it looks like a glass with a coaster on top. If from a product standpoint, it can actually look a little bit different, and I'm not sure what the right answer is for that. And then also with the sliding mechanism, I found that it slides entirely off, which means that I would probably tend to just put it on the side and then drink it again, versus if it pulled back and had a lock somewhere along the way, so it didn't go for.
That's a prototype, and for the phase 2, we are looking of a notch over here at the end. Thus, it will kind of lock it.
Right. Okay. Great. Yeah. So I think that so what I would think a little bit about is if the product itself can have some uniqueness in the entire design, so that made it stand out from a typical glass and coaster situation. So that not only is the functionality different, but actually the entire look and feel is different. Yeah. And if it, and I think that requires a little bit more design thinking.
Yes.
I think the pricing you mentioned is 10% cheaper than a glass and coaster combination, right?
The quality which we are using.
Yeah, but I still think that's why also I think your target market is probably a little higher end, because I think at 290, you said how much was the price point again? 299. Yeah, I think that's still pretty high for a glass in general. And so therefore, I think, again, the design can take care of that. So if you can design something that makes it feel like I'm getting something a lot more, I think that could help in a big way. But again, very smart, picking up on the consciousness of the world today and going after an idea like this.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Kshitij, I'm sure you will be an amazing salesperson. I mean, as again Sandeep mentioned, picking up on him, I think great energy. Love the idea. Right in front of me, I have a coaster as well as a glass, which is separate. I would have always wanted, I always look around where is the coaster, where to keep it, probably to put a coaster on top of my glass. But I think the idea is great. What are your thoughts on using, you would be using a lot of plastic to make those lids. Have you thought about anything which is more eco-friendly in terms of getting those lids out there? Because if you're doing it in bulk, and with everybody moving towards being more socially aware, especially your product is in the range where you're trying to protect people. What are your thoughts on those?
So basically, I am going to be using polypropylene for this lid, which is like a FDA approved and biodegradable, which is also used for like vials of injections. Fantastic. And there is also an room for reusing, because, for example, your glass just breaks.
Right.
So if you have a similar design on the glass, we could also provide you with the similar design glass. Then you could use this same lid and this same sliders for the glass, and hence you don't have to have like repeat customers. Like I will obviously lose on repeat customers, but I'm very, very happy to serve the environment and the purpose and the health of people, and lose on some of the repeat orders which I would get if this is reusable.
Got it. And I think it's very interesting, I don't drink a lot of coffee now, but when I used to, I used to have that coffee mug, which used to have like a slider, and I used to just sip, and, it used to just slide. I think this is a fantastic idea where you're trying to combine, smaller glasses, which are which are in daily use, which folks can use. And I think there'll be a lot of people interested in this particular idea. So I think it's headed in the right way. I did have another question on your financials. What are the number of units that you're looking to sell until 2023?
Yeah. So currently, like I approximate of like 5,000 to 7,000, or like a lower bound 5,000 to 7,000 units. And like there are 87,000 restaurants in Mumbai, and many of them, like at a time when it's a Saturday night, they might have a requirement of like at least 100 glasses. So considering like 87,000 restaurants only in Mumbai, it's like I assume that at least 100 restaurants I'll be able to target in within these 2 years. And hence those 100 restaurants giving me 100 orders, besides the households and besides certain train services which I'll be coming in contact with very soon.
Got it. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Great.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.